everybody doing tonight, today, this evening, this morning? Like I said last episode, I've been moving and I've been going through my old records, and some of them I haven't got to yet, so we're gonna get into some of them this episode. This first one we have Harry Chapin, Portrait Gallery, Dan Hill, Longer Fuse, Caldera, Sky Islands. Let's start with the Harry Chapin Portrait Gallery. This is Electra Asylum, 1975. Ooh, and it has the inside has all of the lyrics. So you can karaoke with this one too. Let's see what they're working with. Side one. Really, bro? The beginning sounds like a gunfight in an old Western, and then it switches up all the way to Western on the Disney Channel. Next one. Harry Chapin, where are you from, bro?
I'm a tango, a puppet, spinning round in knots, and the more I see what
Let's see where this dude's from. We're not doing that. Dang. Maybe this is why I haven't gone through that record yet. Hey, I think we got one. We definitely got one with this. Grammy Award winning, Grammy Hall of Fame inductee. Alright, Harry. No disrespect, but we only about to do the part where you ain't singing, dog. Let's record that in. Pretty soothing. That was Star Tripper. I sound like Free Willy. I have cut that sample out, and we will not be hearing you, my friend. Let's see. I'm gonna slow it down a bunch and see what that sounds like. Alright, let's speed it up a little bit. Alright, let's turn up the gain a little. Let's see what. There we go. Alright, 117. See if we can get another piece to that. Hi-hats first, I think. That's what I'm hearing in my head. Let's find something. Alright, so I know you see me going through drum sounds a lot, and think about any art, right? You have a lot of different textures, sounds for me to build upon. I like different sounds, and I'm always going through sounds to try and see like what I hear matches, because I'm going off of ear. So it's very important to find your drum sounds. You can source these from anywhere. I know a lot of producers sell their kits. If they're not sound designing themselves, like creating their own kits, they're basically getting drum sounds from other kits elsewhere they buy, package it up and then sell it to you. I feel like it's just about acquiring sounds to work with. Something I've been doing as of recently that I wish I would have done before is keep certain sounds that I like. I was like, I don't know what I want all the time or what I like all the time, so I would just keep all of it together. But if you come across sounds where it's like, that's a sound I really like, a go-to almost, put them in folders separately to make your own like kick. And that's what people are telling you a lot of times is like their ear, their style, their kits that they like to use with sounds. Boom, and here you go for sale. I use Splice sometimes. I know some producers will put their sounds on Splice. And rather than having to buy a full pack, I can go through and preview sounds I like. I'm like, okay, I like that kick, I like that hi-hat, I might like that drum. And I can use those samples for later. But then I just add them up on pads so I can just go through and find which one I want. But yeah, acquire your drums, label your drums, organize your drums, keep it all together. If that's one tip I can give is keep your drums together. If you have a hard drive, put them all on a hard drive. Gather all your stuff, organize all your stuff, keep it all together. You'll always want your sounds to go through. Yep, we'll add on to that. I don't like the rest of it. Hey, let's get this. Let's find the right snare though. Maybe a clap. Okay, we found that right away. Let's see. I think I want to layer another one over it, but play it more. Let's get it. Let's find it. There we go. Sounds good on this. Hey, yo, shut up. Sounded so angry. Alright, so let me see what song key this is real quick. I don't have a perfect pitch, and I'm not the best at determining song keys as of yet, but probably have some technology. So what I'm going to do is solo the sample, and I'm going to hit auto key, boom. Alright, so say A major, so I can just go and see what keys are A major, F minor. So F minor scale is F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F. Alright, so the lovely part about this is it's already in F. So we'll go back out of solo. Alright, let me turn it up a little bit. Alright, we'll go back to the keys. So with beatmaker 3, if you press, depending on where you press on the keys, is your velocity. So I'm gonna have to go through to pattern MIDI, and I'm gonna have to change the velocity of these by hand. So Decap, who came out with a plugin called Knock. It's a multi-effects plugin, and you can utilize it to add depth to your drums. For instance, I'm going to use it to beef up the 808, so I'll just hit the preset 808 beef and go from there. So on here are the options. I can add punch. So that's basically the attack. And then the saturation, give it some coloration. And then since we're in F minor, I'm gonna put this up to and I can also cut down, this right here is your filters. I talked about an EQ and how I use my EQ to filter stuff out. In this plugin, I can also cut out some of the high end. So now I don't want it to conflict with the samples base, so I'm going to add an EQ to the sample, the Pro Q3, and I'm going to cut out this low end, and it should come through a lot cleaner. It won't clash because the bass hits down here, the 808. So if I cut this out, and then I'll EQ some of this to give it some more light. There we go. That's Harry Chapin stick with the portrait gallery, and the song is Star Tripper. I gotta give kudos to this cover as well. If this cover was on a t-shirt, I would rock the t-shirt for sure. Or if this was on some sleeves, on a bomber jacket, that would be hard. Thank you, sir. So now we got Dan Hill, Longer Fuse. Homie looks like he's related to, what's his name on Severance. Alright, what do they have? Acoustic guitars, bass, electric guitar. They got the Fender Rhodes, drums, a ARC synthesizer, a whip and cabasa. Why they got a whip? That's an instrument? An instrument of pain? What are you doing? Alright.
You've been a friend of mine for so many.
His friend Gene.
Oh, Gene.
Alright, enough of this Lifetime movie. Let's go to the next track. I think we're going with that. Alright, let's go. Slice more. I love the fact that I can cut my samples with my Apple Pencil, because then I can get my big fingers out the damn way and be able to see the sample better versus this. I've been looking at getting a hardware controller as well and get back into producing with an analog feel with pads and knobs and everything. But I think I'm going to have a hybrid situation where I connect it to my iPad so I can still chop the sample and everything and then slide it over. See, your shit gets too happy right there, bro. I personally like minor song keys more. Gives it a more melancholy or darker tone. If y'all don't know, you can kind of tell the difference even if you don't read music or can identify what the song key is right away. If it has more of an upbeat, happy feeling, you're more than likely in a major song key. And if it has a melancholy, sad tone or feeling, you're more than likely in a minor song key. sometimes I might make it look easier than it is with sampling, but when you start looking at waveforms, you'll start seeing transients. So what a transient is where the waveform is bigger. It has louder information, and that's kind of where you'll do a lot of chops. But then you'll just start getting better at just listening, using your audio cues and visual cues at the same time to kind of, like, I want to chop it here when I hear it, but I also see it starts here. So I think the tempo might be good the way it is, but let's see. Yep. I kind of hear it clap. Let's see if I got one. Alright, so the sample too low, so I'm gonna boost the gain through the sampler app. And I'm gonna go check here. Cool. I don't really like it over 12 just for gain staging purposes. I try to keep all my instruments around -12, especially in this stage of the process. Way before it ever gets vocals recorded, before it gets to the song mixing process. Because again, this is all you have for loudness. It's called headroom, right? Once you start getting above 0, you're clipping. Digital clipping, no bueno. You'll have artifacts, it'll distort. Analog clipping, you can kind of get away with pushing it on analog boards and stuff like that because you have more leeway, you can get more warmth. But digital clipping is ones and zeros, it's finite. So clipping is when, alright, so if I go, let me turn the volume down and turn this gain up. So we're at 6.4, I'll go back to that. But so if I go back here, so we're clipping, we're in the red here, see? And you hear that? You hear that distortion? Yeah, that's no good. Because you can always turn up the main volume, but you only have so much room for all your sounds to live within a space, like frequency-wise and headroom. Like the amount of decibels you can use before you clip. Alright, let's get a hi-hat. Alright, let's see that. See if we can't use a kick to play off that. Go to that percussion plugin that I like. Borsta by Clevgran. I love this damn thing. Record that in. Ooh, let's try this one called Tomophone. I haven't used that yet. Instrument. I thought it was some more percussion. They have percussion, but let's see what they got as far as sorting keys. Matter of fact, let's find out what song key this is, and then I'll ask them something. Alright, E E flat minor. So we're gonna see what keys are in E flat minor. So E flat, F, G flat, A flat. Okay, cool. Alright. We'll just record that in, and then I can add plugins like reverb and stuff to kind of like wash it out and push it in the background. Alright, so now I'm gonna add a reverb. Same company called Clevgrand. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna use this other reverb. So, this company called Baby Audio, they make a iOS app called Magic Dice. Sometimes I don't know what I want until I hear it. Like, I can't explain it. I don't know exactly what type of reverb to put on or delays and stuff like that. But this Magic Dice app, I can go in and it picks a delay and reverb and it randomizes them. So that kind of pushes it into the background. When you think of stereo speakers, right? Speakers you have a left side and a right side. So panning, you push the sound to the left or to the right. And then I look at reverb like I can push it in the back or bring it forward. So the more reverb you add or a bigger reverb, it sounds like a bigger room, you can push the sound further back. So this plugin called Wider, I can push this sound down to the outside and let the drums and everything live down the middle. And then I'm gonna add a delay. Alright, first I'm gonna go add that EQ again and cut out the low end of the sample so I can add this bass. Cut out this low end. Alright, homie from Severance's cousin Dan Hill. This was You Are All I See from the album Longer Fuse. I might revisit this and see what else is on there at a later date. Alright, up next we have Caldera. Mike Baiano Azevedo. Caldera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Caldera.
Baiano's Brazilian.
Is it? Ooh.
I wonder.
That's hard. Let's see what we got here. Strings conducted by George Del Barrio. Alright. So this is called Sky Islands. If you got islands in the sky, substances could be afoot. 1977 Capitol Records. Let's see what they're working with. Alright. I'm not going to point out that his forehead's a 5 or a 6 head. But I think you need all that brain power for the string arrangements, because those get pretty tricky. Side 1. Ooh, let's see what they're working with. Hey, we're about to get some. Dang! Ooh, let me slow. Sorry. Ooh, there we go, that's better. So I accidentally had I had the speed for 45 going instead of 33. Hey. This is gonna be a record that I'll keep in my readily available to just play and listen to record. This is how my nephew smiles when you try to force him to smile. Smile for the camera right now. His mother will make sure he smiles. I think I'm gonna try and record it sped up and then slow it down. Let's record that in real quick. See what we got. I hear Larry Jew on this. I. Oh, did it skip? Alright, hopefully that comes up again. I think that's gonna be the chorus. See, right there. Something's on here. Come on, it's not that part. You hear it skipping? Something's embedded in the vinyl. I'll use what we got. I'm gonna have to clean that record. See if we can't salvage some of the other part of the sample. Delete that slide. Boom. I kind of want to do something like an 80s tempo. Slow down a little more. I think I just need to speed it up. That was the issue. Alright, this time I'm not going to use quantize. I want it to feel a little more natural with the drum playing. Okay, let's turn up this gain real quick since the sample's a little quiet. Drums down. Speaking of random snares you might have, or random drum sounds you might have, if you've collected over the years, let me know what Nas song this is from. That's from a Nas song, if y'all know what that is. Alright, I want to add a hi-hat before I add a kick. Let me play it more with the bass line actually. So with this plugin, I can go in and pick because the different instruments they have the samples playing differently, because you would rhythmically play instruments differently. We'll pick this cajon Latin, but then I can go into the sound and just pick tambourine, and it'll play the same rhythms that it would play with the cajon sounds, but now with the tambourine. Record that. Alright, so there we have Caldera, Sky Islands, and we use the song Ancient Source. And like I said, I've been in the process of moving and digging through my records, so you don't always have to go out and about and go scavenge around or go dig through records. They could be at a family's house. Your mom or dad can have them in the garage, and you can just grab them and start there. You can start anywhere. It doesn't take a lot of money to invest and put into it. As long as you got a record player and something to record that from, you can record it from the speaker on your phone. You can go ahead and sample with a program as easy as Beatmaker 3. Or you can even use GarageBand or anything that's free to you. Utilize the tools you have now, and who knows where you can take it, because you never know what can happen. It's all about, can you dig it?